Man, I tell you what, this isn't exactly the weather that one would associate with spring turkey hunting, but it is the time of year when we all start to daydream about those warm spring mornings when the barred owls are sounding off, the whippoorwills are mesmerizing the spring woods, and the one sound that we all obsess with, those longbeards start gobbling. Join us now for our spring obsession, Gobbler Obsession. Wyatt, let's start them out with a traditional setup and call 'em in hunt from last spring. Having roosted these birds the night before, I knew I was going to have plenty of competition the next morning with the real thing. The plan was to put out the spring jealousy decoy setup, sit tight, do some light calling, and be patient. For those of you who aren't familiar with the spring jealousy decoy setup, well, you will be. It's awesome. Are finally breaking loose and coming this direction. See what happens here. Oh man, they're running. As the birds closed the distance to 15 yards, I decided to wait patiently for the birds to turn to leave, giving me a better opportunity to draw my bow. Okay, I'm going to try one of them. I know he can't be too far because I'm pretty sure I saw him go down right over the top of this creek back here. Looked like he was going to anyway. There he is. Right on the other side of this log. Oh man. Look Look at that. Oh my, look at the hooks on this thing. Look at there, 3 beards. Triple bearded bird. That's awesome. Ooh, he's heavy too. Look at the spurs on that guy. Wow. Man. What a bird. Look at that, 3 beards. 1, 2, 3. That is absolutely my best bow. My best gobbler for sure. And luckily he's with a bow. Isn't that awesome? Beautiful bird. Look at the hooks on this guy. Look at that. Those are hooks. Those are at least 1.5 inches. This one's broke off a little bit. That one's got to be 1.5 inches. Man, is that beautiful. You know, I was out of gobbler getters, so I shot this bird with a Spitfire this morning, and man, it did the job. He, you know, good point when you're bow hunting these birds. I didn't jump up immediately after I hit this bird. I knew I'd made a good shot because I saw where the arrow went in. And it's just like with the deer or anything else, you know, you don't want to pump him full of adrenaline like you don't want to get up and chase him. I just let him go the other end of the field. He hopped across the field and boom, just got across the creek here and there he was by the log. Beautiful bird. And I again, thank goodness for my spring jealousy. Here's my wife, Tammy. Late morning, willing gobblers, what a combination. Here again, I'm set up on birds that I've roosted the night before. 2 big gobblers with no hands, my spring jealousy decoy setup, and a smoke pole to boot. Smells like a recipe for turkey dinner.
take the one on the left, the one on the right, the one on the left. Oh, look at the smoke. First gobbler with a muzzleloader. That was awesome. Oh man, I can't remember a much more fun hunt than that one. Oh my, look at the hooks on this thing. That is a hook. My goodness. And guess what? Another triple bearded bird. That's 2 triple beards this spring, one with a bow and one with a muzzleloader. I'll tell you, the tool that helped us harvest this bird this morning wasn't so much the decoys, the spring jealousy, it was that wing. That wing is what convinced them that I was a hen and I was flying down.
Dad, will you take me turkey hunting?
Sure I will. You gonna go with me this spring? That'll be fun, won't it? On the next few hunts that we're about to share with you, we're going to utilize a spring jealousy decoy setup. And I think you'll agree after watching these hunts, this is one of the most awesome tools we've found in a long time. It's deadly. Here's Kevin Henry with his oldest son, Heath. Some bright sunshine and a very jealous gobbler.
Think about that decoy. Isn't that cool?
That was awesome. He just came by and just knocked it right over.
Well, it looked like he got this high off the ground and just...
Now let's head south across the border to Mexico on a hunt we like to call Double Trouble. You can see the spring jealousy set up in the foreground. Obviously, the gobblers could see it too.
Oh boy.
Now we're back in the blind again with Kevin Henry and his youngest son, Seth. Father and son on a perfect morning.
Congratulations, son.
Here we're back again with Tammy. This time, she has spotted 4 longbeards a half a mile off in a cut cornfield. Using the terrain to her advantage, she tries to set up a decoy and puts her advantage camouflage to the test. With drought conditions in the Midwest, Tammy had a tough time getting a decoy stake into the ground. Running out of time, Tammy elects to take her chances just propping the decoy up. You know, some birds were just meant to come to a call. Even at 400 yards, these gobblers were on a string, and it wasn't going to be long before these birds were going to be right in Tammy's lap.
Yes! Got him, you bet! All right! That was awesome! All right! Yeah. Woo, what a morning! Boy, did those gobblers come a long way.
To me, there's nothing more exciting and challenging than trying to harvest a big old gobbler with a bow and arrow. The next 4 hunts will range from gobblers that came hard to the call to one that I thought would never show up. The one thing that all these hunts have in common is the fact that my spring jealousy decoy adapter brought these gobblers in close enough and distracted their attention long enough for me to get the full draw and deliver a gobbler getter broadhead that performed perfectly. Let's start with my first ever trip to Mexico to hunt spring turkeys. And what a morning. obvious right away that this old gobbler wasn't about to let the spring jealousy have all the fun. As this gobbler slowly worked into the spring jealousy decoy setup, I waited patiently for the right opportunity to draw my bow. This bird was now some 10 yards from me. Talk about testing your nerves. As the gobbler fanned away from me, I eased my bow back to full draw and waited for a good shot angle. Now let's head to Nebraska for a late afternoon hunt. You know, jakes are good eating too. Here I'm set up in my underbrush bow blind, an awesome tool for hunting these spring gobblers. Now for one of the longest days I've ever spent in a turkey blind. After nearly 6 hours, these gobblers finally showed up to their midday strutting grounds. To their surprise, someone was already there and waiting. There they are, there they are.
Yes. Got him, Tammy. Yeah.
Now let's jump back across the border to Mexico. Lots of turkeys and lots of cactus. Ouch. Devin, these Rios are beautiful, aren't they?
Oh, I guess.
Before I take you on the next hunt, here's Jay to show you just how the spring jealousy works.
The spring jealousy decoy adapter really amounts to 3 parts. You've got the Jake stake, the hen stake, and you've got two safety pins. Now here's how it works. First of all, we take the Jake stake, we insert it in the bottom hole of your decoy, make a 1/2 inch incision in the top of your decoy to push the top of it through. Then all we do is corkscrew the spring down in so it holds. We're going to take the hen stake, we're going to put it up into the decoy. We're also going to make a 1/2 inch incision in the top of the hen decoy, and we're going to push the stake up through the top. Now that we've got our stakes into our decoys, we're going to take our two safety pins. We're going to put one in the top of the hen tail, just like so. And we're going to put one in the bottom of the Jake tail. Now all we do is take the hen stake, shove it down into the ground, take our Jake decoy, put the spring over the top of the hen stake, pull the hen up next to the spring. Now we're going to attach the fishing line. Once you get the line tied onto the decoy, now it's just a matter of taking the fishing line back to the blind or to your setup, and then all you have to do to activate the breeder setup is simply pull on the fishing line and let the spring do its job. And I'm telling you, it will absolutely drive boss gobblers wild. It's definitely something that you need to have in your turkey hunting arsenal. Now let's join Tammy on a mid-morning strutting zone hunt. Most turkey hunters have had some success with traditional decoy sets. But if you're like us, we have found that it doesn't take long for big gobblers that are hunted much to get very wary to these traditional setups. That's why we've started using the Spring Jealousy breeder setup. Like anything, however, it doesn't work all the time, but we have had more success with the big wary gobblers using this type setup. When Tammy spots this gobbler, it's some 400 yards away. It's been said that a gobbler's eyesight could be 8 to 10 times better than yours or mine, and I believe it. This gobbler has obviously already spotted the Spring Jealousy. Let's see what happens. I'm sure all of you who have turkey hunted have witnessed this. A gobbler comes in and hangs up 70 to 80 yards from your position. Then he stands there and gobbles at your decoy and every call that you give. Most of the time, it's been my experience that you'll never get that gobbler to commit that last 50 yards. You're about to see why the Spring Jealousy is such a valuable tool in your turkey hunting arsenal. Watch what happens when Tammy pulls on the line that activates the breeding motion.
Spring jealousy did its job. As for the rest of the hunt, I'm not sure exactly what happened. You know, not all turkeys come running in and strutting and gobbling and put on a show for you. Sometimes when they have hens, they can be nearly impossible. That's why with this next group of hunts, we're going to show you how we had to get creative and try and trick them.
These were some gobblers that had dealt Tammy fits all spring. After watching them several mornings hang up too far out in the middle of this field, Tammy decided to put her advantage camo to the test and build a makeshift brush pile out in the field in some weeds. Let's see if this gets her close enough. Tammy is patiently waiting for the gobbler who is bringing up the rear.
Wait. Wait for the second one, Tammy. He's gonna come closer. See the one in full fan? That's the one I want you to shoot.
Sometimes the biggest mistake we as turkey hunters make, and we've all done it, is getting too trigger happy at the moment of truth. Tammy is making herself wait for the right shot opportunity, knowing that this will be the last time she'll ever get a crack at these birds in this field. Wait and see if they get closer. Do what?
can't shoot. They're too close together.
Yeah, whenever you're ready. Yeah. Wait till they're spread apart. Okay. Better be shooting one of them. I'll get him to stop.
Have you ever accidentally set up too close? Well, that's exactly what happened to me on this morning. All I could do was sit tight, not move a muscle or twitch an eyebrow, and hope that these gobblers would pitch out of the tree in my direction. Lucky for me, a hen flew down back in the timbers and walked right out 15 yards from my position. It was just a matter of time.
Okay, we got it. And right out in front of us, got a live decoy. Main thing now is I just gotta make sure she does not see me and spook. She's walking to my left. Come on, gobblers, come out of that tree. Okay, here comes a big gobbler right here, right in front of me. I'm gonna take him. I had to do it then. For some reason, he got a little goosey. What a beautiful bird.
Well, like the old saying goes, I'd rather be lucky than good any day. Here is Wild Outdoors cameraman Mac Lee. After hunting this henned-up gobbler all morning, Mac decides to take the hunt to the gobbler.
This Gobbler has some hens with him, and I'm running out of time in the day, so I think I'm just going to sneak out into this open pasture here and try and cut the distance, and then maybe I'll give him a couple calls and see what happens then.
Just wait. Take it. There's all kinds of gobblers out here in this field. I'm gonna slip up this ditch and see if I can call one away from these hens.
When gobblers won't come to a call, you've got to adapt. Getting right in the middle of them is always fun if the train will allow it. Here, Brian Guffey does exactly that.
Wait, whoa, right here? With one foot, wait. I don't see that one. Okay, I'm on him. Wait. Take it when you're ready. That field was just chock full of gobblers. It's been so tough, or hand up so bad, it's just really hard to work. We kind of made a little sneak there, got in front of it. You know, so.
He's still a couple hundred yards. He's at the top of the hill. He just gobbled.
Now let's join Jennifer Sharp on her first ever turkey hunt. Being 5 months pregnant wasn't going to stop Jennifer from enjoying this spring morning. On this hunt, Jennifer encounters what we like to call a come-to-me gobbler, one that just stands out there and gobbles. And if coming to him was what he wanted, here comes Jennifer.
What? He's coming right towards me. Not yet. He's gonna have to come a little bit further. Can't see him now. Let him come a little bit. Okay, go ahead, go ahead. Oh my God. I hit him. Oh my God. He wore me out.
Who says you can't pattern spring gobblers? Let's join my dad, Fred Gregory, on his first ever turkey hunt. Dad gets set up on an old gate gap that the gobblers are using to get from one field to the next. Let's see what happens.
Well, Jay, I think you've got your work cut out for you taking Wyatt turkey hunting this spring.
I think you might be right, since we can't get him to sit still for 10 seconds to close this video. So, but by golly, there's one from the team gallery. If he wants to go turkey hunting this spring, we'll take him turkey hunting, though. And I think he is looking forward to it.
Yeah.
Well, he's sitting over here off camera, and he's not going to come over here. He's going to throw toys at me. But so I think we better close this out. We'd like to thank you all for choosing a Wild Outdoors production. We hope you enjoyed Gobbler Obsession. And we want to wish you all a very safe and successful spring. And we'll look forward to seeing you next time. Maybe next time we can actually get Wyatt to sit in here.
Maybe. Maybe.
Shoot him again. Shoot him again.